to Success in English. Unit 6, Nature in Danger. Lesson 4, Grammar, Direct Questions, WH questions. Objectives. The students should be able to form WH questions. They should notice their answers are detailed and specific depending on the question word they begin by. Content. A general view on the second sort of direct questions known as WH questions. A list of some WH question words, characteristics of these questions and their structure. Varied exercises on the grammatical rule. A general view on the second sort of direct questions known as WH questions. WH questions. We'd like here to focus on the second sort of direct questions known as WH questions. We can depend on the information conveyed in the previous lesson to be led to this new kind. Bear in mind that the term yes-no was derived from the answer that tends to be short and general. Furthermore, remember its structure as auxiliary plus subject plus the main verb plus the object plus the complement. To compare and contrast the two types, we can notice that both are raised directly to get information. The first kind's answer is general, but the second's is specific and detailed. The first is named after its answer, whereas the latter is named according to the question word that we can start the question with. The third point has been already implied, as we tend to add WH question word before the auxiliary to make this sort of structure. WH word plus auxiliary plus subject plus object plus the complement. A list of some WH question words, characteristics of these questions and their structure. What question words can be used? Regarding the WH question words, there is a variety of choices among the following list: why, where, when, what, which, who, whose, whom, etc. All of these, as you can see, start with the two underlined letters WH, and that's why they are called as such. Many other questions, starting with the word how, fall within the same category of questions, although they do not begin the same way. But the common thing between the two is that each question we raise can lead us to a specific piece of information different from the other. These include questions like how many, how much, how far, how old, etc. The first thing we need to do is choose the question word needed to convey the information we are trying to find. For instance, if we are looking for a place, we opt for where. When stands for time, why for a reason, how many for a countable noun, and how far for distance, etc. So the most important thing is to identify the suitable word to start with according to the piece of information we are looking for, and then apply the order of the question. Moving now from theory to practice, let's have a look at the following instances and make questions whose answers are the underlined words. She's studying in America. Since we are looking for a place, we start with where. And the auxiliary is available. We form it as, where is she studying? In America. Look at this other example. My friend has seen this film in the cinema twice so far. The same applies here. We are looking for a thing. So, what is the word necessary, and the auxiliary has is there. Our first question is thus, what has your friend seen in the cinema twice so far? And the second is, how many times has your friend seen this film in the cinema so far? Like yes-no questions, the right form of do must be created to form a question when the auxiliary isn't already available in the sentence. I visited my uncle in America a year ago. When did you visit your uncle in America? There is an exception for this rule of creating an auxiliary verb when making questions. The subject question is the one we make by using the main verb, and there is no need to opt for verbs to do in this case. If we already have an auxiliary, we use it. If not, the main verb will do. This is an example. The cook is chopping the onions. The question looks for the subject, so the question word is who. We have an auxiliary which will be used as who is chopping the onions. Look now at this example which has no auxiliary and is not needed anyway. My son made some progress last semester. Who made some progress last semester? They go to London every year. Who goes to London every year? To conclude with this point, always assume the subject is singular when making your question. The answer will be decisive to keep the agreement either singular or plural. Answering the last question, for instance, can be I go or he goes. Varied exercises on the grammatical rule. Choose the correct answer. How blank have you been waiting for me? I've been waiting for hours. Is it A, often, B, far, or C, long? C, how long have you been waiting for me? 2. Blank did the plane crash? In France. Is it A, what, B, where, or C, which? B, where did the plane crash? 3. How blank water do we need to drink daily? About a liter at least. Is it A, many, B, much, or C, often? How much water do we need to drink daily? B, much. 4. Blank this lesson? I did. A, who did prepare? B, who prepared? Or C, who did prepared? Who prepared this lesson? Answer B. 5. Blank Ali late yesterday? Because he didn't catch the bus. Is it A, why was? B, why did? Or C, when was? Answer A. Why was Ali late yesterday? 6. Who blank a foreign language in our class? Is it A, speak? B, is speak? C, speaks? Who speaks a foreign language in our class? Answer C. 7. Blank is the library from here? About a mile or so. A, how far? B, how long? Or C, how many? A, how far? Blank should I go to? The manager. Is it A, whom? B, whose? Or C, whose? A, whom should I go to? Correct the mistake in each question below. 1. What was her performance like yesterday? How was her performance like yesterday? 2. Where you are going to spend your next vacation? Where are you going to spend your next vacation? 3. Whose pen is this? Whose pen is this? 4. When did you saw this movie? It should be, when did you see this movie? 5. Why did you late? Why were you late? Vocabulary. Named after. Named after is called. Opt for. Opt for is choose. Decisive means giving a clear-cut answer.